Hi, I'm Craig Harris, and this is what happened this week in our trade room using the natural flow system. Let's take a look.
Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you I don't know, 6 or 7 days of trading and kind of some of the trades that we've taken, and specifically some times that you need to look for, and you're going to see the actual pips that we grab out of the market trading the natural flow system, which is basically to learn how to trade between the swings with the natural up and down movements of the market. So let's just look at today, and I'm going to show you a couple of different trades from a couple of different charts. Let's see here. First of all, let's go to the pound. Let's start with that. On the pound dollar today, what I want you to pay attention to is what I call my Tokyo channel, and there's a pattern that develops that you want to start looking for. If you don't know what my Tokyo channel is, be sure and watch the free videos that I've given that will help you to understand what the Tokyo channel is and how it works. Anyway, the pattern that I want you to pay attention to is that often, once we get around the London Open, you see the aqua vertical line here, this is the London Open. And once we get around the London Open, whichever way the market breaks out of the Tokyo channel, I've got it marked right here with these two yellow lines here, typically many days, like 6 or 7 out of 8 days, the market, once it breaks the Tokyo channel, will kind of head up into the stop hunt zone area. And those are kind of the trades that we're looking for. And so I'm going to show you a couple that we took and how it worked. So the London session started, and that's when I trade. I don't really trade before the London session, although there are some trades to be had at that time. I like London. The setups in the London session today took quite a while really to set up. There was a very, very small range. You can see it's, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 pips. It was a pretty small range for a lot of the day. The setup that we ended up taking was, remember I said when it breaks out of the Tokyo channel, a lot of times what it wants to do is it wants to head that direction towards the stop hunt zone. And that's exactly what it did here. We took this trade right here, and it ran up about 30-something pips, 37, 38 pips, of which I actually took about 25 of those pips. So nice, easy, between the swings type of trade. You just had to be patient for the setup. Now let's go to the euro dollar, and I want to show you. Oh, and actually, let me show you one more, just so that you know. After London closes, there's also another trade that sets up that I like to trade after London closes. So it's the last part of the New York session. It's pretty slow, but several of us that trade at this particular time of the day when the setups are right. This is the setup right here, actually. It was this candle, and it was a break. Let me just pull this down here. It was a break of that right there, and that break led to about a 15 pip, I think it was, 12, 13, 14 pips trade. I actually got in at the big number, I believe it was, and or at 90. I got in at 90 and wrote it up to what was this, 95. Let's see here. Let's get it right. So I actually got in on this pullback right here just a little bit, and it ran up like 17 or 18 pips, and I took 14 of those pips right there. A few others got 16 or 17. They actually got in just a little bit better than I did. But that's a trade at the end of the day. That's a really simple trade to take, and you'll see more of those too. Okay, so now let's go to the euro, and I want to show this to you and how it works. Remember, we're looking at the Tokyo channel, and remember I said that often once it breaks out of the Tokyo channel, it usually heads towards one or the other of the stop hunt zones. In this case, because I trade from London Open, the trade actually took place right here about 45 minutes into London. This is where we got our long signal, and it took a little bit of time, but it went up about 18 or 19 pips, and I actually got in right here on the pullback to the moving average actually, and I took 20 pips on this trade right here. Between the swings, pretty straightforward. Just have to be patient. Again, my bias was to the upside once it broke the Tokyo channel. So that's that trade. Speaking of the after London session, you see it's set up right here too, and we took this 2500 area is where the reversal set up, right in this area right here, and we rode it up to 25.15, 25.16. I took about I think a 13 or 14 pips right there on that trade. So these two trades set up pretty much every single day, so that's something to watch for. Okay, so let's go back. I want to go back another day and just kind of show you where we're at. So the start of the new day is the Wellington Open. That's the goldenrod vertical lines there, and this is all of yesterday. And again, London Open, the market opens up and it makes a move, and when it made this move, it was kind of far into its swing for me. I explained that in the swings video and stuff, so I'm not going to go into it here. So I didn't get into any of this, but I got the reversal right here, and we took this up, and it moved up 26 or 27 pips, and I think today I took 24 pips on that trade right there in the long. Have to have some patience, waited for the market to make its move, and then give me the reversal that I was looking for, and traded right on up there to that top area. Really nice, easy trade. Let's go back another day. Get back to the 28th, and same thing. Here's the Tokyo channel right here, and remember I said that when it breaks out of that channel, it often likes to run up at least into the stop hunt zone. Now I'm not going to explain all of the stop hunt zone stuff right here. We do that in our trainings and stuff, but this is the trade we took. It was a reversal candle break right here, and we took the long right here, and this thing ran up a whole bunch, 60, 70 pips. I actually only took about 25 pips because I got out right around here, right in the middle of the stop hunt zone. But again, it's the pattern that I want you to be aware of. Once the market starts to break out of the Tokyo channel area, after London opens, it is going to move a ways, okay? And just for the sake of it, you can also see that it also had this pullback trade that took place where you would have gotten in somewhere around here, and the market pulled back 8 or 9 or 10 or a little bit more. It actually pulled back. I was actually in this trade right here. I want to show you. The trade set up right after the London close, and I got into the trade here, and it actually took all day, but it kept making lower highs, and it never came back to test the high of the day that I traded in, so I just held on to the trade, and it took all the way until London opened for it to drop on down, and that was a nice, actually it was about 20 pips I think. Let me just look here, because we took the trade right here on this candle right here, and this is 29 pips, and I got out right in here somewhere, right as London was opening up and it was starting to move. I took a 20 pip trade there. So it took a long time, but it was actually a pretty safe and easy trade because at this time of day the market doesn't move much. I talk about that too. Okay, let's go back another day here and get to the 27th. Same thing again. We have the Tokyo channel sitting right here, and right at London Open, we see the market made a pretty strong move towards the upside, and there's moving averages and a few other things there that you'd have to look at to understand exactly what's going on. All of these things we cover in the trade room as we're trading, but this trade here actually produced a nice little run up of 20 or so pips, and several of us caught that right at this time. 27th, and I think I got in at like 2503 or somewhere around there. Let's see here, where was it? 2500, 2503. Yeah, right in here somewhere I got in. It was the break of this candle. I got in right down here somewhere, and you know, it ran up nicely, and I ended up with almost 25 pips on that trade. Okay, now if we go back a little bit more, we get to Friday. This was last Friday, and on Fridays I typically only trade the London Open. I only trade the London Open on Fridays, and you can see that by the time London opened, the market was already moving down to the stop hunt zone area, and so I actually didn't trade the euro. I traded the pound. Let's just see if I can go back and find that. Let's see here. Been the 24th. Hold tight here. Let's. There we go. And this is actually where I right at London Open. Remember when we get those little breakouts around the London session, not before. I don't pay too much attention before, but right when London starts to open up, here's that Tokyo Channel area right here, and the market went ahead and it broke right in here. It broke down, and we took this trade. I took this trade for like 23 pips or something like that in the end. It did 30 something. It pulled back right to the stop hunt zone area, and that's where I ended up getting out at. Nice easy trade, and that was the only trade I took on Friday because I don't trade after the first 3 or 4 hours of London. I don't care for what happens at the end of the week, so that's all I took there. Okay, let's see here. Go back to the euro since that's where we were looking, and scroll back another day. Okay, and this is the 23rd. So right around the London Open. Remember, I don't typically I don't trade before the London Open. I just so happened that I was here, and this at London Open, the market was just getting ready to make the move. It made the move 15 minutes before, and I actually got in. I think it was around 48, 25. Yeah, 25.48 is where I got in at. And it was, and there were reasons for it, above both the moving averages that I like to look at, and it was challenging this Tokyo Channel high, and I took it for 23 pips, I think it was, and went for 25 or 26, and you know, when it pulled back, I took 23 pips on that trade. It was pretty straightforward and easy. There were other trades that took place later that I didn't get advantage of because they were in the early part of New York, and I'm usually asleep there, but there were a number of people in the trade room who took these trades right here. Coming off of the reversal candle, they went long, and they grabbed, you know, in that 30 to 40 pip range pretty easily. Okay, let's go back to the 21st. Okay, there were actually a few trades in here. Again, the Tokyo Channel had a small break right here, and it was right at the open. And I actually had a bias to the upside because of price being above the big moving average, and so right in here where the market actually broke that reversal candle about 45 minutes in. You know, I took this trade for, you know, a short amount, 15 pips or something like that, because it came back and it was bouncing in here. So I just took about 15 pips on that trade, and then a number of us caught the shorts off of what ended up being double tops or slightly lower high on the day. You know, we had a high in the Tokyo Channel here, and then the next high was here on the day and the market pulled off. There were a few that actually traded this. I like to see double tops or double bottoms during a day, and so once we got this one, I actually took this trade right here short, and it went 20-something pips pretty quickly, and that's what I took. There were a few that hung on, and they actually got better than 30 pips on that trade. And then there were a few during the New York session that went ahead and took the reversal candle off of the stop hunt zone and traded long. I didn't get that because I was asleep during that time. But there's my point here is that if you learn to trade within the swings and what the market is telling you, and there's multiple things that you have to learn, that's really the advantage of the trade room. When you come trade live with us, we're examining and we're looking at all of these different factors like moving averages, the Tokyo channel, the stop hunt zones, the time of day and what's likely to happen, news as it's coming, we're examining it, and so there's that too. And let's see here, can we go back I think we'll go back one more day here. 21st. Here we go. On the 21st, same thing. We had a nice right at, remember, here's the Tokyo channel. Often the market wants to push after it breaks out, especially if it's around the London Open. And that's exactly what happened. On the London Open, it was here. The market went ahead and it broke that, and it was a nice, easy, about 30 pip trade that I took. I just took like the first 30 pips on it. And then we can see it consolidated for quite a while, and then there was another trade, but that ended up being in the New York session. But very straightforward from this standpoint. What I'm trying to get you to check out is that the market after New York midnight, and more specifically once you get into the London session, if it's been channeling for a long period of time, you have a good shot that it's going to make a push at least to the opening of the stop hunt zone. And that's what I want you to look for. Oh, and then, of course, at the end of the day, same thing. We had this trade here where after London closes, the market's going to channel along, just like it does here, right? It channels along for a long period of time, and there are pips to be taken out of that. We actually took the short right here, and, it came down 16, 17, 18 pips, whatever. I think I took about 14 pips on that trade. At this time of day, you're always looking for a smaller amount. That comes into understanding, how the market moves at specific times of the day, when it's going to make that move. And those are all things that we talk about in the training and in the chat room as we're in there live trading. And let's see here, the 20th. Did I have anything on the 20th here? On the 20th. No, I guess, let's see here. Well, I didn't mark anything anyway. Let's see here on the 20th. It would have been the same thing, though. If we take a look, coming out of the Tokyo channel, you see it made a move early before the session started, so I would not have caught any of this. There are those that like to trade about an hour before the London Open. I don't typically do that. That's the European Open. But if you'd have been trading that, again, this idea of the Tokyo channel being broken, the market goes ahead and makes a move, usually about 20, 25 pips. And that's exactly what it did. It's actually from this point right here, and it moved up, 27 pips or so. By the time I got there, this is what the market was looking like, because I start right here. We see a nice reversal candle pattern set up off of what I call the stop hunt zone. And, we took this trade short, and it came down 8 or 9 pips, and it came back, but it created a lower high. And so that was a nice indication that the market was going to actually move to the downside. We stayed in that, and it produced a lot of pips on that day. That was a really nice trade. Even about just about 3.5 hours into the market, you had a really nice profit. And as you can see, it popped on down. It hit the other stop hunt zone and then pulled off of it and pulled back. And so the stop hunt zones are very important. They're great targets to shoot for, understanding that often when the market breaks out of this long extended channel that it's had for 8 to 10 hours, typically from the London close all the way through until London opens again. There's a big channel that's created every single day in every single currency that then the market's going to make a move, and if you're there for the move is usually 25 pips or so, and you can pick up those pips usually in a swing. See, one swing, you see that take place, and then from there, there's usually another setup the opposite direction. So, those were the pips we took, you know, for the last 7, 8, 9 days, whatever it was, and there were more taken, there were more trades, more currencies that we traded. I just wanted to show you a couple on the euro and the dollar. Okay, and you know, in a week or so, I'll have another one of these videos where I show you the pips that we take between the swings as we're trading in the trade room. Be sure to look at all the free material that I have for you, and if you really want to, you know, be a profitable trader, one of the things you end up having to do is you have to have a mentor. You have to have somebody that'll trade live with you. That's what I do. Oh, by the way, on my site, be sure and click on the little widget for my Facebook. Say that you like me. I am going to be posting some trades there, and so if you use Facebook, you'll actually get noticed or notified when I take those trades. Okay, this video is a little bit long. The next ones will probably be more in the 10-minute range, but I just wanted to show you several days and several trades on a couple of different currencies and how they set up consistently the same trade day after day. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.
These were some examples of the trades we take every day in the trade room. Until the next time that I do a review, my best to you with a handshake.